Who is the greatest center ever? Shaquille O'Neal and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar are two of the names that come up. Both names are mentioned when considering the best big guys to ever play the game. Given his 20-year career and current NBA scoring record, Abdul-Jabbar may have had the best career ever. He won 6 MVPs, 6 championships, and 2 Finals MVPs as the NBA's most unstoppable scorer. When evaluating both centers, it's clear that either might be a franchise cornerstone. It's time to compare the two best big men in the NBA today to determine who's the better center. As for offense goes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the winner. Shaq was an offensive force with a few signature moves, notably the baby hook in the post. But the big man had to rely on his muscle to score because no one on the floor could handle his stature, tenacity, and raw force. Even though O'Neal has 2 scoring titles, he does not have the number of points scored by Kareem by sheer skill. Kareem is without a doubt one of the greatest offensive players of all time, which is why he holds the record for most points in a single career. The enormous man possessed the skyhook shot, a maneuver he could do well in his 40s. Kareem was able to dominate the game for a long time as a 19-time All-Star with 2 scoring crowns as a result of his shift. Kareem also averaged more than 30 points per game 4 times in his career, although Shaq did not. Shaq wins the head-to-head on athleticism. Many consider the Diesel to be one of the most imposing players to ever play the game, despite the fact that he was not athletic. That is incorrect, since Shaq moved very effectively for a man at his size. He excelled at breaking down defenses, getting in position, and launching defenders through the basket with force. Kareem was athletic in his own right, bringing length and height into the game. However, he lacked Shaq's strength and explosiveness, frequently relying on fundamentals to make an effect on the game. In terms of athleticism, it is difficult to compete with Shaq, and perhaps only Wilt Chamberlain has the advantage in overall physical supremacy. As for defense goes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wins this one. Shaq was capable of being a defensive stopper, owing to the fact that it was impossible to avoid colliding with him when attacking the rim. Shaq was an unstoppable force who made 3 all-defensive teams and had a career average of 2.3 blocks per game. He averaged at least 3 blocks per game twice in his career, including a career-high 3.5 in his rookie season. Meanwhile, Kareem has been named to 11 all-defensive teams, has led the league in blocks 4 times, and has averaged at least 3 blocks per game in 7 seasons. 4.1 blocks per game in 1976 with the LA Lakers was a career high for him. Few players can match Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's defensive ability. When it comes to leadership, Shaq takes the helm. Both superstars were outstanding leaders in their own right. Shaq was an excellent leader because he recognized that he was the man on the team that everyone expected to follow in his direction. O'Neal, a powerful force who always wanted the ball, pushed his teammates to perform better. Of course, Shaq was the man who led LA to 3 consecutive finals. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a well-mannered center with remarkable skill, but he was fortunate enough not to have to be the leader of his team for most of his career with the Lakers. Kareem had Magic Johnson on his side, and the point guard was the franchise's indisputable leader. Basketball IQ goes to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Shaquille O'Neal knew how to control the game of basketball and realized how important his domination was to his team's success. The Diesel was also great at getting into post positions and forcing defenders to foul or give up easy dunks. O'Neal possessed an exceptional basketball IQ as a result of his offensive prowess. In that way, he simply cannot compete with Kareem. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the 6-time NBA champion who dominated the league for 2 decades, may be one of the brightest athletes ever. He was well aware of his skyhook shot, and he exploited it to his advantage to attract double teams and feed open shooters. Abdul-Jabbar was effective on defense, blocking shots and defending the rim. Kareem wins because he didn't have a vulnerability in almost 2 decades. What about the total impact? It will be difficult to differentiate between the two guys in terms of influence because Shaq and Kareem did it in their own unique ways. O'Neal might not have as many championships as Kareem, but his 3 consecutive Finals MVPs attest to his great effect. There was no stopping Shaq in his peak, and his contributions to the Orlando Magic, LA Lakers, and Miami Heat will be remembered for a long time. Meanwhile, looking at Kareem's achievements, it's clear that he's had an impact. For starters, he's the all-time leading scorer with a total of 6 NBA championships. Whether he was the team's leader or a supporting player to Magic Johnson, Abdul-Jabbar thrived as a go-to center who controlled the defensive end of the game. Finally, this category is balanced. Shaquille O'Neal wins the one-on-one game. Defenders have to double-team both superstar centers since they are exceptional one-on-one players. Without double teams, both centers could easily take over games. In one-on-one scenarios, Shaq was completely dominant, using immense force and muscle to blast past any opponents. Other than Wilt Chamberlain, there's simply no player in NBA history who was unstoppable as the Diesel. Kareem had the most unstoppable shot in basketball history, yet he was mostly a team player who assisted his team in winning games. Abdul-Jabbar, a brilliant basketball player who could do anything on the court, could not force the ball over the rim like Shaq could. Because of his size, Shaq barely has the upper hand in one-on-one scenarios. Finally, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wins the overall career award. Shaq has one of the finest careers for a center of all time. The Diesel was named to 15 All-Star teams, 14 All-NBA teams, and 3 All-Defensive teams. O'Neal also won 4 NBA championships, including 3 Finals MVPs in a historic three-peat, as well as League MVP and Rookie of the Year honor. O'Neal, a 2-time scoring champion, is also one of the most prolific offensive players in NBA history. As impressive as Shaq's achievements are, they pale in comparison to Kareem's. Abdul-Jabbar was a member of 19 All-Star teams, 15 All-NBA teams, 11 All-Defensive teams, and was named Rookie of the Year. Kareem won 6 MVPs, 2 Finals MVPs, 6 NBA titles, 2 scoring titles, and 4 league blocks titles. Aside from Bill Russell, who won 11 championships, no big man will ever match what Kareem did on the floor. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video. We'll see you guys next time.